pocket hose brass bullet is the latest in the long line of pocket hose retractable hoses. But can this one finally be the one that works as advertised? Let's find out in this first look review of pocket hose brass bullet. First, I've got to disconnect my metal garden hose. Now for the first test, let's just turn it on and see how it expands. What's that, Bailey? Okay, it's fully expanded and we have water coming out. All right, that just needs to be tightened a little bit, it looks like. All right, that's okay. Well, that's a really fine stream. Look how fine that stream is. See that, Bailey? Bailey wants that. Has a pretty good distance to it. Water that plant over there. Well, the test of just turning it on and turning it off worked pretty well. Obviously, that's not a full review of brass bullet, but its very first use, it worked. So let's see how it goes from here. This is not a toy for you. All right, so far, I'm getting no leaks. No leaks. I think I'll leave it under pressure for a little while and I'll come back out here in about half an hour and see how it looks after being under pressure for 30 minutes. It might be time for a little history lesson on the pocket hose. The first pocket hose came out in late 2012, was first heavily marketed in 2013. The brass bullet is the 7th pocket hose that I'm aware of to be marketed since then. There was the Pocket Hose Ultra, Pocket Hose Durarib, Pocket Hose Durarib 2, Pocket Hose Top Brass, Pocket Hose Top Brass 2, and now the Pocket Hose Brass Bullet. Each time a new pocket hose came out, we're told that it's better than the last one. And why do they say that? Because all the previous ones haven't really worked that well. In fact, there was a class action lawsuit against Telebrands that was recently settled. You might want to look into that because a lot of the previous pocket hoses haven't worked too well. So will this finally be the pocket hose that works as advertised? Hopefully I can find that out between this review and a follow-up down the road. All right, it's been a little over 30 minutes. And so far, under pressure, it's still holding up. All we've got is a couple of drops there. That's acceptable, I think. So now what I think I'm going to do is retract the hose and see how that works. Oh, one more thing. He says that it doesn't kink when it's being used. Let's try that out before I retract it. I would say that works pretty well. Yeah, I think as far as the kinking goes, it doesn't kink at all. I bent it completely in half and it was still spraying about the same pressure. Still have to get the remaining water out of there too. So the initial tests of brass bullet are pretty good. Now I know most products usually work pretty well on their first test, so I'm not just going to chalk it up as a good product. I'm going to keep testing it and see how it goes. All right, just going to hook this up here. It's doing its thing now. All right. I like in the commercial where he says, "It won't kink," and I'm like really trying. They say they have it running over with a car. Seems like I just did this about a month ago. So I'm gonna put the car on top of that, and then we're gonna turn the hose on. And I forgot my keys, hang on. Hope it doesn't like explode this hose. All right, we're on the hose. Some water is spraying out of here after I put the car on there. All right. Yeah. The car is on the hose, and the pocket hose brass bullet is still spraying. Wait, hold on a second. Hold the phone here. Look at this. Oh. It just retracted. And all the water from right here just went out to just a trickle. It retracted. Interesting. That's all the way open. Yeah, I think it failed the car tire test. Unless you want to stream like this, then it passes. I think the brass bullet did not pass the car tire test. Sorry. Well, it's been a couple of days since those initial tests, and so far so good, but I'm not going to trust the brass bullet just yet. I'm going to go out there every day, put it under pressure for about a half hour or so, drain it, and bring it back inside, and see how it goes. Now, if anything changes, I'm not going to wait to do one of my usual updates. I'll post a video right away and let you know if something happens with a hose that's happened with other pocket hoses in the past. But right now, brass bullet is holding up on my initial test. This is part 1. Part 2 will either come as soon as something bad happens or in a few months to let you know that it's still working. Have you used a previous pocket hose, and would you trust brass bullet based on the fact that there's 6 previous ones that have had problems with consumers? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please subscribe for more as seen on TV product reviews from me, James White, with Freakin' Reviews.